Okay. Actually, I'm wondering if we're going to make this one a positive image for a change. So I'm just going to leave that out. Background colour for that would be an interesting one if we could make it come up. So we're just going to add a background colour for this. Going to make it blue, and we're just going to go and set this silly piece of shit, this Konica Minolta piece of shit, to do some interesting stuff. So we're going to leave that in the middle. Okay. Right, let's see what our original is. It is 5-minute berry smoothies, free recipe card from none other than Woolworths. Yep, and then of course people will typically want to have the smoothie, whereas for me I'm just using it for a demo for this machine. So most people would probably buy something from Woolworths to make the smoothie. So it's a bit of a freebie that comes with a little bit of a price tag when you consider that you don't just want to look at a pretty picture, you want to make it. So chances are, but not always, in my case, not always. Well, I don't use recipe cards to make my smoothies. I just use what's easy to do and what I've got. And yeah, that looks quite interesting. That's really strange. And the blue, and you can see the beautiful strobing effects. Pity about that Woolworths thingy. I'm wondering if we're just going to keep it like that, and that'll be our centre. So that'll be off. This will be the centre, but that looks really quite nice. So I'm just going to consign this to the recycle pile. So I'm not going to make a smoothie of Woolworths' design. I'm just going to use this, but this looks good. So we're going to make it, we're just going to put it on the glass like so. That's going to be our centre. So we're just going to just drop the dot feeder, get rid of the enlargement, and we're just going to proceed to set this up as a mirror image. Oh, we've got to change our original top copied paper, and we're just going to go, this is like the closest thing I come to a recipe is making my own photocopier recipes, all the different features to go in and make an interesting demo. So now we're just going to keep, I think that's going to stay in the middle, maybe lighter, or I don't know, I'm trying to decide. Sorry folks. Contrast, I think the contrast will stay. I think that's how it's going to be. It looks interesting. Very strange, but that's how I like things to be, very strange with my demos. So let's see how we go. Okay, let's see how that's come out. Whoa, that looks really nice. That looks a little bit iridescent in some places, but that looks good. I think now we can just get into finishing off the job. It looks really nice. So let's just go in there. Okay. It looks a lot of, sort of, in some ways it looks backgroundy, but if you look close, it's just, oh, there's a little bit of background there of blue, but hey, whatever, it looks good. This looks really good. So this is my idea of what I do with capitalist incentive items. Anything that's an advertisement, well, not anything, but if anything's got a nice picture or something's in my throat. So a lot of things that have nice pictures or shapes or whatever, I'll often use in one of my demos. So I just like to look for things, and I find things on the ground like litter. Some of the items I find are really grungy and dirty, but if they've got potential to make a good demo, sometimes I just ignore the fact that it's grungy and dirty and maybe just dust it off when I get it home and use it for a demo. And sometimes the best demos come from some objects that have been discarded or littered. Even though I'm against littering, it's one good way of making something good out of a negative, a positive out of a negative, so to speak, is by using these pieces of litter as materials to make my demos, because I can't stop people littering, even though I'm trying to get the word out on YouTube and Facebook that it's not good to do that, because sea creatures can ingest these mostly plastic things that get cast off by us humans, and they end up dying with a belly full of plastic, which is quite gross, quite painful sounding, not nice, but that looks good. At least this wasn't a piece of litter, but it looks brilliant. You wouldn't know what the fuck it was. Anyway, I think we can call it quits now.